Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Fadi, and welcome back to another episode of Bali Praia TV, bringing you deeper behind the scenes with the electronic music scene here in Bali. And today we have some special friends doing something buzzworthy and special, combining social awareness and impact together with events and electronic music.
Yep.
They go by the name Joe Collective and have been created a movement called Rainforest Pavilion. They have been featured in a lot of venues here in Bali and doing a lot of events. They've been very, very active, and been places like Omnia and Jinja and now doing La Brisa, and they're being part of a big festival called Wonderful Festival, which we're gonna talk about a lot. So say hello to Alex Joe and Halim Ardie.
Hello, everyone.
What's up, guys?
Hi. What's up? What's up?
Nice to have you guys here.
Thanks for having us.
Alex been gone for a while. You've been working your ass off for a while. Anyway, guys, so just so the people get to know you more, it's like, why did you guys start DJing, and what or who was it that inspired you guys? You can do one.
I started DJing like 20 years ago now, almost. When I started, I was into drum and bass, like LTJ Bookham. I was inspired by like a lot of dub and reggae music. And then my tastes evolved throughout time to house music, to progressive house, trance, and all the different iterations that I went through as a teenager growing up, going to raves. But yeah, that's my.
So drum and bass, huh?
Well, drum and bass and
started
hip hop.
hip-hop.
You know, I like scratch pickles and all the DMC stuff, and then I got more into the electronic music, going to big raves, and then Sasha and Digweed were a big influence, and Kevin Saunderson, and that led me down the road to house music, which is
And then,
Well, I mean, I started out loving music ever since an early age. In my teenage years, I was really into rock and metal. I played bass guitar in bands, and really didn't like electronic music actually. And I was like,
yeah,
I'm not into that stuff. And then when I started partying, and I started really seeing like how DJing and electronic music really evolved with the partying scene and really pushed parties. And I just discovered Nick Warren at that time, and that's when I really started just getting into DJ mixes and really seeing how DJs could tell a story through 1 hour or 2 hour sets. And then when I really started raving and partying, that's when like Tiesto was really at his peak of the trance days, and like that really heavy trance that just went on journeys. That really connected with me with my metal roots, because like you have those guitar solos that went on forever, and trance kind of did the same thing. And then I just kept listening to music after that, and my taste evolved more into house.
how long now? Did you?
I really started my first lessons in 2007, so 10 years now.
10 years.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Joe Collective. How did that start, and how do you guys start it?
Joy Collective started. Well, my name is Alex Joy,
There you go.
and I realized at a certain point that I had a very diverse group of people around me in different fields that were all trying to do good things for their planet and their communities. And some were DJs in the music scene, but others were scientists, others were social activists. And so I thought, if I could start a collective to bring all these people together to work towards one common goal, that would be really cool. And my parents gave me a really cool name, so I just called it Joy Collective. And then I left it open to grow organically.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't know that. I knew Joe, Alex Joe, but I didn't the collective. Now I get it. And then another movement, Rainforest Pavilion. I mean, what is the vision about that?
Well, I was always involved in rainforest issues since I was very young. My father was very involved with saving rainforests in my home in Canada. So it's always been something that's been close to my heart. And then when Wonderfruit Festival platform came out, and they were trying to do this party slash socially conscious event slash environmentally active event, I thought, oh, well, how can we tie in rainforests to this? And I've been subsequently, since being in Canada, I had spent a lot of time in Indonesia, in Sumatra in the rainforest, and seeing what's going on with the destruction of the rainforest. And I thought, how can we create more awareness about rainforests throughout the music scene, because there was a really big movement in the 90s about saving rainforests, and there's all these big bands playing, and it kind of hasn't been on the forefront anymore. So I was like, how do we bring this to the forefront, incorporate, you know, things I love, which is music and the rainforest. And then we had this great platform at Wonderfruit. So I started Rainforest Pavilion, but I needed help. And then that's where Halim came in, and he was super supportive. I said, well, have you been to the rainforest? He's like, no. I said, okay, we're going to go. So we went and we spent 5 days in the rainforest.
Our first time out in the real rainforest.
He
We've
literally
been hiking and stuff, but this was something different, you know.
Yeah, he literally nearly died.
Yeah.
And he still loved it at the end. So he's like, he's a hardcore supporter. And then ever since then, he's been just like pushing it with me and building it and building and building. And it's just been building steam and building steam. People like it.
It grows momentum by itself, you know, because as soon as you take electronic music, which everybody loves nowadays, maybe your tastes are different from a 17-year-old or 13-year-old, but they all love electronic music now. And then you start to add this eco-conscious idea on top of it. Everybody just kind of gets behind it, like, well, yes, why is nobody else doing that? You know, they really get behind it.
Yeah, and that was actually my next second question. I want to ask you guys, like, do you feel like a social responsibility to Mother Earth? And I mean, how? I mean, you guys have been DJing for so long, I know, and music has been the major thing. Is it now? Is it music, or is it actually to make an impact or helping the rainforest with the bigger cause? So it's just using the music for it.
Well, I think it's one of those things like when Alex was first telling me this about this movement and stuff. Really, as DJs, we see a very wasteful side of life. You know, clubs, culture, as much as we love it, is very wasteful. You just go in there, you drink, you create waste, and you basically go home with a hangover at the end of a night, you know, whatever your hangover might be. So when Alex came to me with this idea, I could really see the idea behind it of adding something that you can take home at the end of the night that's actually worth something. That's actually worth people want to learn about something. You're developing people's minds, you're giving people something to rally behind, you're raising awareness and also raising funds through club nights.
Yeah.
And that really gave a meaning behind DJing again. It's like sometimes DJing at the end of the night, you're like,
Exactly.
what was the point of this?
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
You know?
And I've seen it in many ways. Like, it's like, how can we combine music into something? I mean, today the music scene itself has become so big, right? Festivals and stuff, and we can actually do a movement, right?
Yeah.
People are. If you go same thing, you go to festivals, it's just music. It gets boring too, right?
Yeah.
It's cool when it has.
And they're extremely wasteful. Like, for example, Wonderfruit is a great example of trying to make a difference and trying to cut down on waste. But I went to a festival in Shanghai. There was literally mountains of plastic from like all the sponsors had all their like knickknacks wrapped in plastic. Everything was plastic cups, and there was 70,000 people at this festival, and they were just throwing trash on the side of the sign. It was just one of the most wasteful things I've seen.
Well, okay. So how is it? Okay, so Rainforest Pavilion, right? How's it been going, and how do you guys see it in the next 5 years, for example? What is the plans for it?
It's been growing very organically, which is fitting for a Rainforest Pavilion. I'll just backtrack a little bit and explain a little bit, because some of the audience might not know what the Rainforest Pavilion is. So it's we take images and sounds from the rainforest and mix that into a venue, whether that's Wonderfruit or it could be a club venue. We take over the visual side of things. We also add some organic sounds that we've recorded live in the rainforest. So you get this sort of organic feeling within the club, which connects people to the beauty of rainforests throughout the night while they're partying. And then we also take a percentage of whatever sales we make at that event or whatever our fees are and put it directly towards buying rainforest land to conserve that land permanently through different partners that we have. So that is the core idea, and that's been growing, and people really like it, and it's been going really well. And we just want to keep it growing and growing and growing, because the bigger the events that we can throw, the more people that come, the more rainforest that can be saved. So it's also a win-win.
Awareness that we raise as well, you know, because people kind of they give money to charities all the time, you know, like in their own way. But when people actually like see the information that we give, they start to think about, oh yeah, we need to save rainforests because they provide oxygen for us. And sometimes people like, it's a no-brainer sometimes. It's something you learned in school, but maybe now into your older years, you don't really think about trees are producing oxygen. And then when we start to give this information, people start to think like, oh yeah, we should be saving rainforests if we want to continue breathing. And so little things like this that people take away from each club night.
Well, guys, we need more people like you for sure, and it's very interesting about the music thing you're doing, because we do similar things called Island Tech, right? Where we're trying to bring the Indonesian sound, but not you guys are specializing in rainforest.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having you guys here. I hope now people understand what this movement, and they should follow this movement. Okay, guys, that's it for today, and I would like to thank you guys, Alex and Halim, for being here with us, and please don't forget to tune in, and remember to hit subscribe button, and look out for more TV episode coming soon.
Thank you,
Peace
Bali
out.
Praia. Thank you for having us.